I'm going all in on this one.
But Jarrod's definition of quality, a little different than everybody else.
I know Brandi's not happy that I spent so much money, but I'm confident that I'm coming home with profit.
At 48, the story surrounding Jarrod Schulz feels less like reality TV drama and more like a real-life fall no fan ever expected. This was someone viewers once rooted for. But what happens when the cameras stop rolling and the truth turns out far more complicated than the version we watched on screen? For 13 seasons, the show pulled us into the high-stakes world of storage auctions, where Jarrod and Brandi Passante built a life that felt strangely relatable. So if you think you know how this story ends, stay with me and watch till the very end. The rise of Jarrod Schulz on Storage Wars. A long and steady journey toward recognition slowly unfolded in the life of Jarrod Schulz long before television cameras and public attention entered the picture, and early years reflected the path of an ordinary entrepreneur searching for stability through different business attempts. Work in the mortgage field once seemed promising, yet disappointment eventually forced a change in direction, leading to a moment shaped by simple family advice that would later carry unexpected weight. An aunt who managed a public storage facility suggested participation in storage auctions as a possible fresh start, and such a casual suggestion quietly opened a door that no one at the time could fully measure. Curiosity naturally followed such guidance, and a deeper question lingered in the background. How often does an ordinary recommendation become the turning point of an entire life? Participation in auctions gradually introduced Jarrod Schulz to an unfamiliar but competitive environment filled with risk, instinct, and quick financial decisions. And one particular auction in Harbor City, California, created a meeting with future television producers. That meeting did not immediately transform anything. Yet, 8 months later, a return visit from production figures carried an offer connected to a new reality television idea. A visit to a thrift store owned by Jarrod Schulz created another important introduction when Brandi Passante, working at the front of the store, also received an invitation to participate. Opportunity slowly gathered shape, and by 2010, the A&E network approved the concept that would later become Storage Wars, placing Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante among the earliest cast members. Birth on October 15, 1977 in Long Beach, California, meant an age of 33 at the time of the premiere, a detail that positioned Jarrod Schulz as noticeably younger than many competing bidders, raising another quiet thought. Could youth become an advantage in a field often dominated by long experience? Recognition on the program quickly formed around a nickname that captured both age and attitude. The title of The Young Guns reflected more than simple youth, and instead pointed toward energy, ambition, and a willingness to take risks inside the demanding world of storage auctions. Television portrayal emphasized struggle, learning, and persistence, while daily responsibility also included management of an Orange County second-hand store known as Now and Then. Such an underdog image created relatability for many people attempting to build financial stability through small business ownership, and emotional connection often grows strongest around stories of effort rather than comfort. Personality traits displayed on screen added further color to public perception. Official profile descriptions presented Jarrod Schulz as an ultimate facilitator, with an explanation that success did not require personal mastery of every task, but instead required knowledge of finding skilled help. Additional characteristics painted the picture of a bold risk-taker drawn toward impulsive bidding decisions, an early rising routine that supposedly reached peak energy around mid-morning hours, enjoyment of pinball, beer, and motor-driven machines, and a deeply competitive nature marked by strong dislike of defeat. Each quality combined to shape a television presence that felt energetic, unpredictable, and emotionally transparent. A natural question emerged from such behavior. Did bold confidence drive success? Or did risk sometimes create hidden trouble waiting beneath the surface? On-screen chemistry between Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante soon became one of the most memorable elements of the series, blending affection, tension, humor, and disagreement into moments that felt both dramatic and familiar. Frequent arguments over bidding choices created entertainment value while also reflecting real pressure connected to financial risk, and contrast between impulsive action and cautious restraint strengthened narrative appeal. Jarrod Schulz often appeared as an emotional bidder willing to chase uncertain profit, while Brandi Passante more often displayed careful judgment designed to limit loss. Such balance between risk and caution mirrored struggles faced by many couples managing shared business responsibility, which helped sustain long-term audience interest. Continued presence across the years confirmed strong popularity, with participation in 255 episodes between 2010 and 2019, demonstrating unusual staying power in reality television. Expanding recognition eventually produced a spin-off program titled Brandi and Jarrod Married to the Job, introduced in August 2014 as further proof of audience curiosity about both business effort and personal relationship. Growth in public visibility also encouraged expansion of real-world business activity, including the opening of a second store location in Long Beach during the 4th season of the main series. Hope connected to expansion later faced disappointment when lack of profit forced acknowledgement of financial difficulty by the 5th season premiere, quietly hinting at deeper challenges waiting in the future. Such moments raised another reflective thought. How fragile can success become when public fame grows faster than stable income? Despite setbacks, public image continued to frame Jarrod Schulz as a recognizable and engaging figure whose mix of ambition, visible struggle, and determined effort created lasting fan interest. What began as an uncertain entrepreneur's quiet gamble slowly transformed into a nationally recognized television journey shaped by persistence, opportunity, and perfect timing. Proof that life can change with one small suggestion. But behind the spotlight was a far more complicated story. Stay with us and watch till the very end. Inside Jarrod and Brandi's tumultuous relationship. A deeper look at life beyond reality television fame revealed a complicated love story filled with hope, partnership, pressure, and eventual heartbreak. And many quiet observers often wondered how a relationship that appeared so lively on screen could carry so much hidden weight behind closed doors. Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante became central figures in the appeal of storage wars, yet public attention rarely captured the full truth of daily life shared between Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante. Early history stretched back to 1999, a time long before auction cameras, public recognition, or television opportunity entered the picture. First contact happened inside a carpet cleaning company where both individuals worked ordinary jobs, and connection formed quickly through shared ambition, shared humor, and shared dreams of building something meaningful. Brandi Passante later joined Jarrod Schulz in mortgage business ventures, a move that suggested trust, loyalty, and belief in a common future. Then the national housing collapse arrived and forced a dramatic change in direction, raising an important question. How does any couple rebuild stability after financial ground suddenly disappears? Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante responded by opening the Now and Then thrift store in Orange, California, choosing persistence over defeat and teamwork over separation. Years passed, business struggles continued, and partnership endured without formal marriage. A fact that surprised many casual followers who assumed wedding vows must have existed somewhere in the timeline. 2 decades of commitment without legal matrimony created another quiet question. Does legal status truly define the strength of a bond, or can shared experience alone carry equal meaning? Family life unfolded alongside entrepreneurship as Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante raised 2 children, Cameron and Peyton, while also building a retail operation from the ground up. Daily routines blended parenting responsibility with inventory searches, customer service, financial stress, and long filming hours. Such pressure naturally invites curiosity. How much strain can any household carry before cracks begin to form? Television appearances occasionally revealed small glimpses of home life, including moments shown in Married to the Job. Yet primary focus remained fixed on business survival rather than emotional reality. Public entertainment often highlighted playful arguments, competitive bidding, and sharp humor between Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante, creating memorable television chemistry that audiences enjoyed. Jarrod Schulz usually leaned toward bold and risky auction purchases, while Brandi Passante preferred caution, calculation, and restraint. This contrast produced engaging drama on screen, yet hidden tension slowly expanded away from camera view. Stress from financial uncertainty, constant public exposure, personality differences, and long years of pressure quietly pushed the relationship toward instability. Observers might pause and wonder when exactly affection began to weaken. Did tension grow suddenly, or did small disappointments slowly collect over time? Separation eventually arrived after nearly 20 years together, though privacy surrounded the change at first. The public remained unaware until 2020, when Brandi Passante confirmed the end of the relationship during a June interview with Ryan Seacrest, and explained in simple language that life no longer included Jarrod Schulz as a partner. Such brief words carried enormous emotional weight and invited another reflective question. How does anyone summarize 2 decades of shared history in a single sentence? After the breakup, Brandi Passante continued caring for Cameron and Peyton while also remaining active on Storage Wars, balancing motherhood, independence, and public visibility at the same time. Jarrod Schulz faced a far more difficult personal period marked by legal trouble and instability, showing how differently 2 paths can unfold after the same turning point. When both figures returned for season 13 in 2021, production decisions kept distance between Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante during filming in order to prevent confrontation and maintain professional order. Physical separation on set quietly symbolized emotional distance already present in real life. The entire journey from early workplace meeting to televised partnership to eventual separation formed a story filled with ambition, resilience, and strain, and unanswered questions about love under pressure. Reality television often presents bright highlights, sharp humor, and dramatic competition, yet real relationships must still face ordinary struggles that cameras cannot fully capture. Financial hardship, parenting responsibility, personal difference, and public attention combine into a powerful test for any long-term bond. Some relationships survive such weight, while others slowly fracture, despite years of shared memory. Reflection on Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante leaves a lingering thought that extends far beyond one television series. What truly sustains a partnership across decades of change? And what silent pressures slowly pull 2 lives apart, even after years of shared dreams? As the story unfolds, hidden conflicts, legal troubles, and public fallout begin to surface. Stay with me until the very end to understand what really happened. Legal troubles and public fallout. A wave of personal conflict surrounding Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante reached a breaking point in 2021, and officials later described how rising tension between both public figures led to legal consequences that reshaped Schulz's path within entertainment and business. Questions naturally surfaced about how a relationship once shown on television as playful disagreement could transform into a moment serious enough to involve law enforcement. Records indicated that an evening on April 30th, 2021, began in an ordinary way at an Orange County bar where Passante spent time with friends. Yet circumstances shifted when Schulz arrived unexpectedly at the same location. Reports described a heated verbal exchange that followed, and statements gathered afterward suggested that Passante demanded that Schulz leave the establishment. Allegations later claimed that refusal followed, along with raised voices and physical contact described as pushing. Authorities received a call connected to the disturbance, although departure from the scene occurred before officers arrived. Days later, questioning by law enforcement took place, and Schulz denied any physical interaction during that conversation. Such denial introduced uncertainty and prompted another quiet question. How often do conflicting personal accounts shape the early direction of a legal case? The Orange County District Attorney's Office eventually filed one count of misdemeanor domestic violence battery, marking a serious turning point for a television personality once associated mainly with storage auctions and on-screen rivalry. Legal representation through attorney Benjamin Arsenian communicated a firm position of innocence and resistance toward any plea agreement that did not include full dismissal. Observers of celebrity legal battles often wonder what motivates refusal of negotiated settlement when uncertainty surrounds court outcomes. Some explanations point toward reputation, future employment, and long-term public image, all of which can carry weight equal to legal penalties. In this situation, the charge alone began shifting public perception, even before any courtroom resolution. Public image, carefully shaped across years of television exposure and brand promotion, faced immediate strain. Earlier legal history resurfaced in discussion spaces, including a 1997 conviction tied to felony substance possession that resulted in a 16-month state prison sentence. Past events, once distant in memory, suddenly returned to public conversation. Why does older history regain power during new controversy? Public attention often searches for patterns, and repeated mention of earlier trouble can influence how new allegations are interpreted. Business ventures connected to Schulz also appeared to weaken during this period. The outlaw apparel brand, previously active and visible, showed signs of inactivity as online presence faded, social media pages remained untouched, and the primary web domain appeared listed for sale. Each small signal contributed to a broader sense of decline surrounding professional momentum. Television production response added another layer of uncertainty. Reports indicated that the A&E Network internal probe soon after learning about the charge. Absence from filming became noticeable, particularly during season 14, where regular appearance had once been expected. No detailed public explanation clarified the separation, yet unnamed insiders suggested that continuation with the network depended on investigative findings and overall reputational risk. Entertainment networks frequently weigh audience trust, advertiser comfort, and legal exposure when controversy surrounds on-screen talent. Such behind-the-scenes calculation often remains hidden, which leads many observers to ask how many quiet decisions shape what finally appears on television screens. Reaction from longtime followers spread quickly across social media spaces, where expressions of shock, disappointment, and confusion appeared side by side. Support built across many seasons suddenly felt uncertain for some fans who once enjoyed the argumentative chemistry presented as humor. Additional emotional response followed when Passante shared promotional imagery featuring a demon emoji placed over Schulz's face, a symbolic gesture that intensified public conversation. Final filmed exchanges between both personalities also gained new interpretation after Passante openly used harsh language on screen. Moments previously viewed as playful tension began to look different when placed beside legal accusation and relationship breakdown. Changing context can transform audience understanding almost overnight. The entire sequence of events illustrated how quickly personal conflict can spill into legal systems, business stability, and entertainment visibility. One evening, disagreement evolved into court involvement, media scrutiny, and professional uncertainty. Many quiet questions linger within such situations. At what point does private tension become public consequence? How does reputation recover after legal headlines dominate discussion? Can separation between television persona and real-life behavior ever remain clear once controversy appears? No immediate answers resolved these questions, yet the situation demonstrated how fragile public image can become when personal struggle enters open view. The lasting impact extended beyond a single charge, touching career direction, brand survival, network partnership, and audience trust, all unfolding within a short span of time that permanently altered the narrative surrounding Jarrod Schulz's presence in entertainment history. Life after Storage Wars. At 48, where is Jarrod now? A quiet but powerful shift unfolded in the public life of Jarrod Schulz, and the transformation from rising reality television personality to a warning example of how quickly fame can fade revealed a deeper and more complicated picture than early television moments ever suggested. Jarrod Schulz first entered national attention as one half of the energetic Young Guns team on Storage Wars, where confident bidding, playful rivalry, and fast-talking confidence created an image of ambition and charm that many people found entertaining. Success appeared steady, opportunity looked endless, and public attention continued to grow with each passing season. Yet, beneath bright studio lights and competitive auction scenes, private strain slowly developed away from cameras, raising an important question that often surrounds public fame. How much truth ever exists behind a carefully shaped television image? After nearly 20 years of partnership, the relationship between Jarrod Schulz and Brandi Passante quietly came to an end in 2018, although public awareness did not arrive until a later announcement in 2020. This delay created surprise and confusion among longtime followers who had continued to associate both names with a shared business journey and family life. Separation alone already marked a painful turning point, but events that followed pushed public perception into far more serious territory. A domestic violence allegation in 2021 introduced legal trouble, intense criticism, and lasting damage to reputation. Television opportunity faded quickly after this moment, demonstrating how rapidly a career built over many years can weaken in only a short period. Such developments invite another difficult question. Can public success ever survive serious personal controversy once trust begins to break? Earlier seasons of Storage Wars once showed lively arguments, teasing humor, and competitive tension that appeared lighthearted within the structure of entertainment. With later information now widely known, many past scenes carry a heavier emotional tone and feel uncomfortable rather than amusing. What once looked like spirited personality now invites reconsideration through a more serious lens. Network response added further confirmation of change. An internal review by A&E and continued absence of Jarrod Schulz from newer seasons strongly suggested that reality television involvement had effectively reached an end. Professional loss did not stop with television presence. The Outlaw apparel clothing brand, once promoted as an extension of television fame and entrepreneurial drive, appeared to fade from public visibility as well. Business decline alongside media absence completed a dramatic professional collapse that few early fans could have predicted during peak popularity. Comparison between earlier success and present circumstance creates a striking emotional contrast. At the height of recognition, Jarrod Schulz stood as a familiar television face connected to more than 250 episodes across multiple seasons, steady auction wins, growing business promotion, and widespread audience recognition. Present reality, at 48 years old, reflects a far different situation shaped more by controversy than achievement. This contrast carries a sense of sadness for observers who once believed long-term success seemed certain. With this, we have come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do well to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. To enjoy more thrilling stories, click now on the following video that pops up on your screen.